Hey, 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 you money nerds and lovebirds. Welcome back to Financial Confidence, the podcast that helps you make your money, keep your money, and grow your money so you can do those things you're called to do. That's to build an inheritance and leave that inheritance for your children's children. The guiding principle for our show is Matthew 6 and 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Yes, today we're talking about a topic that can make even the most solid relationships feel a little, let's say, shaky. We're talking about money. Yeah, specifically talking about money with your partner without ending in a full-blown financial feud. So let's be real, right? We're navigating a unique economic landscape right now. There's student loan debt, the gig economy, trying to save for a down payment while still enjoying avocado toast, right? It's a lot. So throw another person's financial habits, goals, and maybe even their baggage, right, into the mix. And things can get, let's just say, complicated. But fear not, fellow adults. Having open and honest conversations about money with your partner is not only possible, it's crucial, dare I say, very important for building a strong and lasting relationship. So, where do we begin? Let's think of it this way. You wouldn't go on a road trip to some place you've never been without a map, right? Or without your GPS, right? Similarly, you shouldn't navigate your financial future as a couple without a clear understanding of where you both stand. Where are you is the question at hand. The first financial date, that's tip number one. Let's have that first financial date. No, that's not talking about the bill after some awkward appetizers, but this is about setting aside some dedicated time, maybe over coffee, maybe a glass of wine, a walk in the park, or a chill evening at home, just to have that initial low pressure conversation about your individual financial landscape, let's just say. What's your current income? What debts are you carrying? What are your general spending habits? Are you that meticulous budgeter down to the penny, or are you more of a wing it kind of person? Those conversations are very important, but that's the low hanging fruit for many in these conversations. The key here is no judgment. This is a no judgment zone. This is about understanding each other's starting points. Think of it as a gathering data session, right? You're not trying to change anyone yet. You're simply getting a look at the landscape, a lay of the land. Share your financial history openly and honestly, because transparency builds trust, which is the foundation of any healthy relationship, whether that's financial or otherwise. Okay, so now that you've had your financial first date, now what? Well, just like any good relationship, open communication must be ongoing. So for tip number two, schedule those regular money check-ins, right? This doesn't have to be a formal board meeting with spreadsheets unless that's your thing, right? It's kind of my thing, so just saying. Maybe it's a 15-minute chat once a week or a longer conversation once a month, right? Use the time to review your spending, discuss upcoming expenses, check in on your progress towards any of your shared goals, and make it a regular habit. This normalizes the conversation around money. It prevents issues from bubbling up, from popping up into bigger conflicts, and just treat it like any other important aspect of your relationship, like checking in about each other's day or planning weekend activities, that what's going on or what's for dinner conversation. Now, let's talk about the big one, combining your finances. This is a major decision, and there's no one size fits all answer. So, you need to, my tip number three is just explore different models for combining your finances. You don't have to go all in right away or ever. Some couples opt for fully joint accounts where all income goes into one pot and all the expenses are paid from it. Others prefer to keep separate accounts but have a joint account specifically for shared expenses like rent or the mortgage, utilities, groceries, things of that nature. And some find a hybrid approach that they maintain individual accounts for personal spending, but also contribute to a joint account for shared goals. The important thing is to find a system that feels fair and comfortable for both of you. Discuss your comfort levels, your spending habits, and your individual needs. Those are important. What works for your best friend and their partner might not work for you. And that's perfectly okay. So now you're talking, you're checking in weekly or monthly, you've made your combined accounts for some. But what happens when you have different spending styles or different financial priorities? This is where things can get a little tricky. So, tip number 4, identify your money personalities. Are you a saver and your partner's a spender? Are you risk averse when it comes to investing while your partner is more adventurous? Understanding these differences is going to be crucial. Instead of viewing them as flaws, try to see them as different perspectives, right? That can actually balance each other out. The key is compromise and understanding. Maybe the saver can agree to put some fun money, right, into a budget for the spender, and the spender can work on setting some savings goal. It's about finding that middle ground where both partners feel heard and respected. And speaking of goals, number 5 is to set joint financial goals. What do you want to achieve together? Saving for a down payment for a home, planning on this epic trip, right, to somewhere that you want that's on your bucket list, starting a family. What about retirement? Having those shared financial goals gives you something to work towards as a team. It can make those sometimes difficult financial decisions feel more meaningful. So make these goals SMART, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Regularly revisit the goals, right? Track your progress, celebrate small wins, and just keep yourselves motivated. All right, so let's face it, even the best intentions, disagreements about money are bound to happen. It's just nature. So, how do you navigate those tricky conversations without things escalating? Tip number 6 is to establish some ground rules for your financial discussions. Just like you have rules for fear fighting in other areas of your relationship, you're going to have those guidelines for talking about money. This can include things like choosing a calm and private time to talk, actively listening to each other without interrupting, something I definitely work on, focusing on the issue at hand rather than personal attacks. Ladies, and agree to break if things get too heated. It's okay. Remember, you're a team. You're on the same side. The goal is not to win the argument, it's to find a solution that works for both of you and strengthens your relationship in the process. And tip number 7 is focus on we instead of me. I know that's sometimes going to be hard, but you got to frame your concerns and suggestions in terms of your shared future and your joint goals instead of saying you spend too much money on takeout. Try, I'm wondering if we could explore ways to save more money each month so we reach our goal of buying a house sooner. This subtle shift in language can make a big difference in how your partner hears or receives that message. And tip number 8, don't avoid the tough stuff. It can be tempting to sweep financial issues under the rug, especially if they're uncomfortable. But in ignoring your problems like debt, overspending, or differing financial philosophies will only lead to bigger problems down the road. So be brave. Be brave enough to have those difficult conversations, even if they feel awkward. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, navigating finances as a couple can feel overwhelming, and that's okay. Tip number 9 is just consider seeking professional guidance. A financial advisor or a financial therapist, if you will, specializes in couples having valuable insights, tools, and strategies for navigating those financial conversations. Thinking of it as getting a financial coach for your relationship. There's no shame in getting outside help. Tip number 10 is to celebrate. Celebrate those financial wins together. Did you pay off a small debt? Did you reach a savings milestone? Did you stick to your budget for the month? Acknowledge it, celebrate it. These achievements, do this together. This reinforces your positive financial habits and strengthens your sense of teamwork. Tip number 11 is to practice empathy and understanding. Remember, everyone has their own unique relationship with money. It's shaped by their upbringing, their past experiences, and their personal values. Try to understand where your partner's coming from, even if you don't always agree with their perspective. And tip number 12, keep learning and growing together. You see, this financial landscape is constantly changing. Make a commitment to continue learning about personal finances together. Read articles, listen to podcasts like this one, or attend workshops. The more knowledge you both have, the better equipped you'll be to make informed financial decisions as a couple. So there you have it, lovebirds. Talking about money with your partner doesn't have to be a battle. By fostering open communication, understanding each other's financial personalities, setting shared financial goals, and establishing healthy ground rules for discussion, you can navigate your financial future together with confidence and, most important, without fighting. What's your experiences with talking money with your partner? We love to hear your tips and stories. Head over to our social media channels and join the conversations. I'm Lynn Demmons. That's Demmons, no demons here. And thank you tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to Financial Confidence, where we help you to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money so you can do those things that you're called to do. That's to build an inheritance and leave it for generations to come. Thank you so much. And until next time, this is your check. Yep, that's your reality check. Talk about that money with your partner. All right. Good day.